Well, hello there, wizards, and welcome to WIZARDOLOGY! This is the fourth WIZARDOLOGY church service every second Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And today's show is got at least 5% improved audio quality. Ooh, how do you like that? That's kind of nice. And let's see. So today's show, oh, that's right. Let's see what we got here. Put this back on here. What is this? Oh, all right. Today's show is about morality. I'm going to talk about good and bad and all that sort of stuff. Now let's see. I got a fun story, a true story to tell you, and we're going to just chill and have some fun, and I'm glad you could join me. But first of all, we're going to have the opening hymn by Mystery Time. Thank you deeply. All right. Oh, let's go ahead and move that. So I have the link for that video down below. If you're interested, I thought that song was just amazing. I heard that recently on Bandcamp because fuck Spotify. But man, yeah, I want to jam. All right. Well, let's see what I want to tell you about this story. Okay, so excuse me. My spouse and I, we've been doing Pizza Friday, and so we'll cook a pizza every Friday. Whoa, hold on a second. What do we have here? Look at that. It's Phoebe, the magical potion pheasant. Let's see if she has a drink for us, a nice, pleasant drink for us. Here we go. See what we have here. Oh, well, look at that. What a nice little beautiful glass. This is actually, ooh, damn, that was a good mix. It's about 1-to-1. It's like a Scotch whiskey. It's Dewards and a type of mead. So like wine and whiskey. Woo, baby. Oh my goodness. So yeah, if you're interested in exactly that mixture, then leave a comment and I can let you know exactly what I got. But all right, so story time. We have Pizza Friday every Friday. We make pizzas. Welcome to this isn't even the Wizard Show. It's WIZARDOLOGY. What the hell am I talking about? We make pizzas, and we used to be watching. We would watch an episode of Lord of the Rings of Power every once a week, and we enjoyed that. But we finished that show, and so we were watching Harry Potter, the old classic throwback, and starting with episode 1, and he goes into the wand shop, Ollivander's wand shop, and he's like picking out wands, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go get my wand. So I pause it and run up, find my wand. Ooh, look at this. This is a hand crafted, made it on a lathe. I made these little lines with I want to say it was a little guitar string. You can just like burn that detail in there. And then the edge here, it's like this kind of carved up wand. But this was my first wand that I ever made. You will watch Wizardology. Here's the thing. Okay, so yeah, I made that when I was like junior high or high school, long time ago. Anyway, I pick up my wand and watching the movie, and then the power goes out. And I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. Set my wand down, and shortly after the power comes back on. Okay, that was weird. And then I pick up the remote, like I had the remote and the wand, and I like pretended to start the movie again. And exactly as I push that button, the power goes out for a second time. Oh my God. I'm like, what is going on? I put this down a third time. Okay. The power comes back on. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I got to do it for science. I got to try. And power stayed on. So I don't know. Just a really interesting coincidence. Coincidence. Did a little scientific test there. All right, let's get this show going. Today we're talking about morality. Let me switch to here, share this tab. All right, Wizardology. Today we're talking about morality. Whoops, here we go. Oh, yeah, just for a few little announcements, first of all. Since the last 28 days, I have 6 new subscribers. Woo-hoo-hoo! What did he know about that? Isn't that something? Watch out, Mr. Beast. Now I have 355 subscribers. That is pretty great. And so if you enjoy this kind of weird content, a little middle-aged man dressing up like a wizard, starting his own religion, hey, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. I love it. All right, so yeah, the first thing I wanted to point out, there's give a shout out to A Dose of Reason YouTube channel. He created this video, Are Atheists More Moral Than Religious People? And he talks about things like racism, animal rights, abortion rights, sexism, climate change, immigrant refugees. There was some more stuff, but I thought it was a really well done video, and the link is in the description below. But I think it's so he wrote this whole book, and I'm interested in reading this book. I can't remember the name of it, but he goes into like the statistics, the science. They look at these correlations between things like homophobia and religion, and turns out that usually the atheists are more moral. Let's see. I guess before we jump into that, I want to share this tab instead. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Maybe I'll. So morality. This is on my website. Another website I made. Sacrilegious Sabbath. Here we have the Lord and Savior, Jesus the dog. God, not dog. But I wanted to share this article. Let me just. Wow, I don't know if you can really see that. Maybe I'll just show my beautiful face. So I want to share this excerpt with you on morals. Let me wet my voice. Look, we do things a little bit differently here in Wizardology. You're not going to see short, concise, edited videos where we cut out every single breath and every single goof. This is live. People, anything could happen, man. Who knows? All right. So I'm going to share this article about morals that I wrote a couple years ago. Maybe update. Anyway, morals. If you don't believe in God, where do morals come from? On this sacrilegious Sabbath, I will be answering this supposed gotcha question. The religious continue to ask the non-believer. Oh, excuse me. If you don't believe in God, where do you get morals from? After all, there are millions and millions of atheists worldwide who behave in a moral way without a reference to a divine standard. So let's explore why these heathens could possibly know it's wrong to murder and rape. Where do our morals come from? In short, our moral behaviors as a species have evolved over time and continue to evolve. In a similar process of evolution where all biological life will physically change by means of reproduction, variation, and selection, moral behaviors have also developed through reproduction, variation, and selection. This phenomenon is predominantly observed among all social species. A pride of lions, for example, have developed a code of morals to kill the zebra, but thou shalt not kill the fellow lion. And this is because it helps support the survival of the lion species. Humans have also developed a code of morals to kill the cows, pigs, and chickens, but thou shalt not kill a fellow human to support the survival of the human species. Science has observed a specific code of morals among different species to help support the survival of each species. These moral behaviors are a combination of heritable and learned behaviors. Now that we've covered evolving moral behaviors among different species, let's explore the moral behaviors of our own species, Homo sapiens. If we study the short period of written history, we can conclude that morals have changed and developed significantly over centuries. It is critical to point out that moral behaviors are not improving or degrading, because that would assume the existence of objective moral standards of which there is no supporting evidence. Rather, moral behaviors simply change or evolve over time. Our moral codes once condoned things like slavery, misogyny, homophobia, racial segregation, animal sacrifice, pedophilia, incest, blasphemy, war, and much more. However, by means of a process of reproduction, variation, and selection, each generation becomes or adapts these new morals, and the moral behaviors evolve over generations to better support the survival of our species. And these moral behaviors will continue to evolve in the future. We will likely see the demise of things like factory farming or consumption of non-renewable resources, the war on certain drugs, anti-abortion laws, indoctrinating children with religious propaganda, violent wars, and other moral behaviors we don't currently recognize as immoral. The variations of moral behaviors that benefit the survival and pleasures of our species The variation of moral behaviors that benefit the survival and pleasures of our species the most will continue to be selected for and continue to evolve. Okay, just so like the process of evolution, or natural selection, I should say, it picks the better trait, better, in this case, moral code. In a similar way that biological life evolves over time, science also observes evolution happen among specific geographical regions. When it comes to moral behaviors, science also observes diversification among geographical regions or political boundaries. The obvious evidence to support this claim is a difference in certain laws in a state level and national level. Countries around the world have independently established what they determine is right or wrong through generations of reproduction, variation, and selection. Here in the US, a person can travel to a neighboring state and suddenly it's not immoral or against the law to consume cannabis or get an abortion. Moral behaviors have evolved over time and space. Is this interesting? Is anybody... How's it going out there, internet? You know, let's leave it at this, because it goes into other religions and how they falsely claim that moralities come from God or morals come from the Bible. But if you're interested in reading that, I suggest you go over to my website, Sacrilegious Sabbath. We're going to move on. All right. Keep things exciting. Whoa. Whoa. Woo. Is that exciting? Where are we at? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Present. Share screen. Nope. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's talk about morals. The commandments of Wizardology. If you take notice of the title of this video, it says that Wizardology only has one commandment. Be good. Be good. That's it. But so now we have to ask ourselves, well, what is good? How do we define good? Right? So we have this, good and bad and the in-between. And so I've been working on a couple definitions. I actually just kind of changed this last minute. And, if you agree or if you have a different view on immorality, let me know. But I define it as to cause harm to a sentient creature or oppose or informed consent. So I mentioned just sentient creature because instead of saying, for example, like other sentient creatures, because you got to be kind to yourself. You got to be good to yourself. You got to love yourself and believe in yourself. And as far as sentient creatures go, any kind of creature that can feel pain and have these emotions of fear, and we gotta care for them. We gotta love them too, animals and other creatures like that. And informed consent. So I need to get into. I'm just trying to think of like every, if you have a questionably moral predicament, then let me know. Email It's the Wizard Show, or leave a comment down below. Informed consent. Anyway, talking about good. Morality is to cause pleasure or to a sentient creature, or to help them with their informed consent. Just kind of the opposite there of the immoral. And in between we have amoral, which is just, it doesn't really cause harm or cause pleasure or just kind of neutral. You got to love yourself. So anyway, we got one commandment: be good. And I think that's pretty much it for this episode. We're gonna have it a little bit shorter. Wizardology. What's the future of Wizardology? That's an interesting question. Yeah, I'm definitely going to finish out this year. So we'll have another episode or church service December. Let me see what the second Sunday is. December 8th. All right. December 8th. So mark your calendars. And I'm just trying to remember if I forgot anything. Future Wizardology. What are we going to do? Because, I've noticed that not too many people are watching this. But maybe I got to just not do it for the views. Maybe I got to do it for myself. It's my own kind of personal journey, discovering a lot about myself. And you know what? Here's a couple things I'll say that I forgot to mention more at the start. Like what is it that these other religions have that gets them more marketable? We gotta. What's the selling point of wizardology? If you're an atheist, what's the point? Well, we've got community. We got this regular routine where we can kind of set aside the second Sunday of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and we can just chill and meditate and share good ideas. And I realized that wizardology is the most true religion of all the religions. Now, that was one thing that Mormonism, they're like, oh, well, yeah, they said there was the most true religion, but wizardology is even more true than Mormonism because we have zero faith-based beliefs. We don't believe in any gods or supernatural things. Everything is evidence-based. We're a secular, skeptical, atheist organization. We do believe in you, but you exist, and I'm happy that you exist. What else? Happiness. That's another thing. Like Mormonism, they say, oh, true joy is only experienced by living the gospel. Well, I'm pretty fucking happy. I've been living wizardology, for a little while now, and it's been the happiest I've ever been. It's truthful, and like, so if you want to be happy and have a rad community of fellow like-minded atheists, you don't have to pretend to be a wizard like me. You can just have fun and enjoy chilling and hanging out with me. But that's all I'll say for today. Now I do want to end with our closing hymn. This was a song that came to mind when I first was thinking about morality. It's "If It Makes You Happy" by Sheryl Crow. And I think of that line where she sings. She sings at the top of her lungs. If it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. As long as it doesn't harm other people. Oh, she doesn't mention that, but morality, we're talking about if it makes you happy, if it causes you pleasure, if it helps other sentient beings, other creatures be happy, then it's pretty good. And with that, see you next time. And until then, I hope you believe in yourself and stay positive.